So, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. Let's introduce ourselves before we get into this.
Hello. Follow me. Hello.
Fart.
Okay.
I'm JJ, Shadow Fox.
I'm ATI.
Firefly?
I'm Zerovii.
I'm LemonadeCandy.
All right. And we're talking
And
about
this is Abe's Odyssey. He is odd and he sees.
he sees a lot.
He
And
sees too much.
He, all right. I have so much that I want to say, but I don't want
Yeah,
it all
where
to
do we
shoot out at
begin?
once.
Where do we even start at? Let's
I thought
start
we
with the
started
intro of the game.
Yeah, let's start with like first impressions of what this monster is. Did anyone have any idea of what we were getting into?
A little bit.
I
No.
vaguely
no
heard about
idea.
this game like as a kid. I'd see it in game magazines. I was like, "Oh, this game looks weird as hell," and then I never found it in a Blockbuster or anywhere to actually play it.
Yeah, my cousin had it, and I would just kind of play it randomly and never get far. It's very limited experience.
As an N64 kid, it was always just that kind of mysterious PS1 game that everyone's like, this thing is like revolutionary. It doesn't play like any game. It's like a movie. And I was like, whoa, really?
I think that was talking about Metal Gear.
Well, this game was regarded as this was almost like a PlayStation 1 pillar. You kind of had like Crash Bandicoot, you had Lara Croft.
Yeah, and like Abe was one of them. He was definitely
up
one of the
there
main mascots.
for
For
some
whatever reason, he's
reason.
hideous.
I'm just
He
curious about his character in
is.
the movie. He is weird looking, but I guess it's understandable once you actually get into the game.
As far as everything on that planet is concerned, he is not too bad.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
It's weird.
It's a vibe.
This whole vibe of the world is like, it's really realized. Like, do you have this whole living, breathing world of all these weird races and creatures and like this weird anti-capitalist kind of message, but then it's just like fart noises and like weird
Yeah,
creature
the biggest
things.
driving force to me to like keep playing is like I want to see the next screen because this game is beautiful. It's like a god. It's like a Pixar movie almost.
It feels like it feels like a DreamWorks Pixar vibe, like Ants, like that late '90s Ren and Stimpy weirdness. I don't know. There's some grime to this, but it's good grime.
Yeah, like the idea was to make something super cinematic, and then like they lifted, I guess, gameplay ideas from like Flashback and like Out of This World, stuff like that. And like they just felt
Prince
that
of
that was the
Persia.
best way to convey, yeah, Prince of Persia, any of that like memorization, extremely planned out routes to get through the stages.
It kind of has some Jutaro vibes to it as well.
Yeah, in
I
the
was
way that
thinking the
like
same thing.
it's very nature based and like trying to get across the feeling of like commune with nature, be a druid.
Right.
lot of,
Abe
like,
is a druid. He for sure is a druid.
He is. I do feel that with nothing in this game looks conventionally pretty, which is to its strength. Is like you know, living things aren't always perfect, but there's beauty in that.
Hmm.
Same
And the
thing with
beauty
Jutaro.
is that living things make for great pies and snacks when they're processed by the
Well, I
factory.
mean that's the capitalism evil. You're supposed to not look at that part. So you're supposed to appreciate the funny fart guy.
Yeah, there is a weird juxtaposition going on, like that I couldn't like get over the whole time, where it's just like there's this dreary, dark vibe, but then you do have these like cute little like cartoon creatures farting around. I know I said that, but like the message in this game is so like it walks that line where it's just like it's not too serious, but like there is this kind of deeper storytelling aspect going on. There is this deeper message. But
It
again,
has so much to say, honestly. Like every screen leaves me thinking. Like when you're restarting all of these screens over and over, you can't help but think, "Huh, I wonder how these creatures live and like how they can." And then you start to see their village.
Mhm.
Like you go through the whole gambit. It's pretty cool.
yeah, it was definitely interesting to finally like get through it. I didn't finish it. I got to the very, very end, and then the game crashed, and I had to start over
Oh
at like
no!
I had to get back to basically the Rapture Farms like
The
re-entry
ultimate
part.
checkpoint.
Oh no.
And I was like, well, I don't have enough time to do this. I can't, like, I didn't rescue all the mucklings or where the fuck they're called. So I was going to get the bad. And
Mudokons.
I know what
Mudokons
they're
or
called.
mudokons.
Yeah. But
Just they're just playing at home.
I wasn't getting the good ending anyway. So I just kind of like literally watched like the 5 screens I didn't do. And I was like, well, this is how I'm finishing it because I'm not doing this all over again.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry
I
that
eventually had
happened.
to load up a long play just to like watch it 2 times speed towards the end because there was just after a while of this like trial and error based gameplay where if like you walk one tile too far to the next screen, you die.
True, and you can't
You
jump.
jump one
Yes.
tile early, you die. If you didn't sneak into the new screen, you die. You just die, you die, you die.
If you didn't know what was coming up 4 screens ahead, you die because the guard
Yeah,
dog or
and
something
then you
else
Oh
have to
kills
go
my.
you.
through. If you die to that, then you have to spend 5 minutes getting back to that, and then figuring out what the next thing is that's going to make you die. The checkpoints were just insane. That's like it adds to the oppression of the world, and I feel like I get what they're going for. They wanted it to be brutal. They don't want you to have health and make it feel video gamey. They wanted it to be like you're captured, and when Abe escapes, that makes him a goddamn hero, and everyone's gonna like worship this guy because for everything to go his way to get out of here, like you see the million deaths he dies before then.
If you get the
It,
good ending. If you get the bad
yeah,
ending, it's terrible for him. I'll say that much without getting
Hmm.
I
too
think I
far
got
ahead.
like I saw that the brackets were like if you get below 50 of the dudes, then you get bad ending. Then like 50 to 98 is the middle, and then 99 is the good ending.
Mm-hmm.
At the
Yeah,
beginning, I was like trying to hunt down all the secret areas and stuff. Like I had a guide just to
they're
show me where
so
the secret areas
cryptic.
were. But like the middle of the game is you are not rescuing anything. It's just you dying over and over to spiders, to the mines, to all this stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah,
For
if it,
Kind of
me,
like Pikmin in a way, how you have to gather a bunch of them.
Yeah. I thought like when you're first introduced to it, it's like, what am I? It feels so alien, just like using the controller. But then you're like, oh, if I hold these shoulder buttons, then I can open a portal for them. What? That's apparently a mechanic that's only introduced to you like later on, unless you find it out accidentally. Uh,
Yeah, there was a lot of. We'll tell you this later for your replay of this game. This
yeah,
first run, you
right.
just want to try and escape, really.
they really
which I
want
think is
you to
pretty cool.
replay.
Speaking of that, I got super lucky. I fell in a hole that sent me to a secret, and that's how I found out about it. And then when I was chanting, I was like, this is really cool. I was like, look at the birds. And then next thing you know, the guy on the screen screaming for his life. And I was like, what's up with that?
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
then the
that's
music
how I
starts
stumbled.
playing.
I found out about it before I got to the village. Yeah, but yeah, I was not expecting any of that. I was so blind when I played this. I'm enjoying it a lot actually. I
Yeah,
didn't beat
it's
it
like
yet.
to its benefit and detriment that it's such an alien game because like the D-pad and the face buttons mirror each other, but they like while
Ugh.
they have the same function, they kind of operate differently. Like if you press X to crouch instead of down, then you won't drop down the ledge. So like the buttons come in handy, and it feels like you're just like operating with weird alien hands when you play this. I don't know. I was playing on PlayStation controller, so I don't know.
I did it
No,
on keyboard.
this game just feels weird with input buffering in some places. It
Yeah.
definitely feels alien.
And it's like it wants to feel like it's not a game, but then like it's so precise and so strict, and you have to be on it's very grid based. Like you move tile by tile. If you like press there's no buffer as far as I could tell. So if you press your jump just a little early before a ledge, you're just falling, and you
Yeah.
can't mash it either.
You're reminding me of one of the secret puzzles in the first area where it was like You were summoned, and then there were I think they're called slags with the guns. Two of them walked off the top of a platform, and then you had to roll into like a tiny area where there was smoke. And after the smoke was like a jump puzzle that had like one mine. It had like two one mines and then like four mines, but you had to have the spacing to run to jump the ledge and not get shot by the slag that was at the top left. Go in another tunnel and then do an enchant to like get one of them to kill each other or blow them up with the mines and stuff. I was like, this puzzle is really cool, but it took me like
Mhm.
20 minutes.
That's why in my head I kind of file this game away in like games that would be really cool to like watch a dad play for you, or like if you're locked in a room for a very long time, you just need time to kill. It would be
It's
really
so
cool to
funny
just
you say
discover
that.
and yeah,
My
like
friend who told me about this, he was like, I watched my stepdad play this when I was a kid. So that's
exactly, it's a dad
where,
game.
It
yeah,
really is.
It's
it's so
like, all
funny
right,
you say
son, pull
that.
over. Let me show you all the secrets. Like the dads just know it's like some arcane knowledge passed down to them. Like, I'll show you how to get through this screen, but then it seems impossible to the kid.
Meanwhile,
Fields told me, he was like, when you drop a grenade, that used to be a problem because you would always blow yourself up or something. But I didn't get into a point where I needed to drop a grenade like right under me. I just angled it to where it like bounced and did what it was supposed to do, you know? Question mark?
Yeah, I mean,
Very rarely you could like freeform solutions. Usually it was pretty rigid. Like it expects you to do certain things in certain places, but sometimes you can get away with stuff.
well, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that when I was watching it was kind of like a speed run. There is a lot of nuance. Like if you understand certain mechanics within the game, you
Mhm.
can actually get away with like a lot of shit. But so much of that is precise, and you have to understand how to manipulate certain. Like there's some weird thing about like screens on the next, like if there's like a trap on the next screen and like an enemy walks in there, like the traps aren't moving but the enemy is, and there's just all these weird little things you could manipulate where you can
Yeah,
like
like sometimes you had to have like the spiders follow you, but then it's like, are they coming through to the next screen with me? Like sometimes they don't, sometimes they do make it by the loading. And maybe that was a PS1 thing, and maybe there's version differences, but like sometimes it was hard to like track things when they're
that's
following you.
pretty much the game. It's just sometimes enemies didn't follow you, sometimes they did. It was just that's more of that understanding. It's like
Yeah,
Oh,
and
where
in
you
a
can get
game
away
that's
with
so
not going to the
precise
next
and
screen, which I
expects you to do,
understand.
like it expects you to do something so precise, but then like there's random, like the fucking bats sometimes just like swoop down on my
Uh,
head and like,
okay,
what did I do
bats
to
are
you guys?
actually. I'm pretty sure bats are always a pre-planned pattern, which makes one of the screens in a temple later on very funny because you chant to see the hint and just says "Watch out for the bat," and the bat's
Yeah,
like
it's
precisely
like right
programmed
there.
to hit you just as you see
Yeah, as you
the
read, as
bat.
I
It
saw that too. That was really funny.
was a really
But
good
like, I
bit.
thought they were planned too. But then like one time they just dive bomb me, and it's like, all right, haters ball is going on, I guess.
I think they're okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there was like one screen where they just hit you if you
It was
chant or something. I
I think
don't
it
or
was the
they
remember
screen with like the
zigzag.
spike balls.
oh,
It's
I
weird.
glitched
that one.
here.
Fuck that one. I do want to
What's that?
add this game gave me memories of, even
This
though it came out
puzzle.
later. I want to be the guy.
Yeah, it
Like
Yeah,
has that
a lot
as
of
vibe.
soon as
that.
I did one of these secret rooms, and like right at the end, trash dropped on my head. I was like, I see where I want to be the guy. And I understand now. This is just funny prank.
I think it was
It's
Saint.
very similar.
Yeah, Saint last night was like, this is just a Kaizo game because like
Yeah,
you had to know what was coming up. Like there was those 5 deaths I had in a row. Like each screen was just one more layer of bullshit that like unless you're ready for it, good luck reacting because you don't even know where you're reacting to or like
yeah.
what you have
Just
to
to
jump to.
establish to anyone listening, this is not a reactive game. Like in Mario, you can build momentum. You can like, if you miss your jump, you can do a quick double jump or something. But you're committed. And if you press jump, like it takes you half a second to lock in and like then leap, and then you gotta
Mm-hmm.
land. Everything is
Yeah.
very deliberate.
My
Yeah,
man got a jump squad.
it felt like you were more like inputting commands into like a computer than
Yeah, it
actually
was like a
like
queue.
playing a game. Like
I had many deaths because of trying to carefully manipulate Abe while being chased down by a guard or a dog or something.
Mhm.
But then there are also times where, for one reason or another, I let a guard off screen, he exploded to nothing, and I don't even know why he dies to this day. Like I was just juking him between screens, and next thing I know, I hear an explosion, he's dead. I'm like, there was nothing on that screen for him to die to. What happened?
Sure, I wish that happened in some of those puzzles. Because from the picture I posted, you guys already hit on it, but it was like you needed this thing to follow you in order for you to like complete the puzzle. Because the top platform was for the so you could free people, but I like glitched trying to get the guy to like follow me. At one
Wait, was
point, he
that this map?
disappeared.
Is that the same
Yeah,
one? Just different lighting or something?
yeah, this is a secret.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is a
that was
secret
I took a
puzzle.
screenshot of this because it drove me insane, and but it also taught me how to learn to jump those one tile jumps on the fly because you had to run and jump across a bunch of them a bunch of
God,
times.
that secret room. I fucking hate that room.
Yeah. Oh,
Th-
it was
Like
fun.
there's value to it being hard because like doing it over and over you get good at it, but oh my, it just takes so long. Like you die and it's like 15 seconds to respawn or something, like until you get control again. It's insane.
Yes, I was getting annoyed with everyone on the screen laughing at me every time I died. I was like, okay, this is 30 seconds. Shut the fuck up. Let me keep going.
How long did I play this? 3 hours. It took me 3 hours to do what a speedrunner does in 20 minutes. I felt deflated after that point. I just watched the speedrun.
Well, that is the crazy part. Like, I lost an hour of progress the other day, and then when I knew what to do, it took literally like 10 minutes, maybe. Like,
Mm.
this game has so many layers to it in what it wants to be and do. Like, there is this weird based like precision, but then there is that nuance where you can finesse stuff, and then it's like this game can be like 15 hours long, or you could just, it's kind of, it reminds me of Resident Evil in that sense. Like the first time you play Resident Evil, that takes a long time, but then subsequent playthroughs, you're like beating it in an hour and a half, 2 hours, as opposed to like the 15 or 16. It's like
Yeah, it's a trickiest game.
it's really interesting gameplay, and there's like such a fine line when you're designing a game to
Mhm.
like have such extremes of like, yeah, you could do the screen in 20 seconds, or you're gonna spend 20 minutes on it. The game's language, like everything it tries to teach you and like guide you to, like there's so much of this game's language that you have to like pick up and learn before you can even like do decent at it. Like the first night I played it, I had like childhood memories coming back where it was just draining and hard to play. But then like the next few days, it felt like a muscle was being built, and I was just like, I get it. I know what they want me to do. I'm
Mhm.
learning like the little drips from the ceiling or platforms you can jump up to off screen. Like there were just all these little things, and it took a while for it to come together for me personally.
And it's
You
very
just reminded
intentionally
me.
trolly because the planet is just so that hostile. They wanted to get that across.
It really is.
Yeah, a lot of these hints, like the droplets for the platforms above you off screen, are told to you later on. So you go like,
Mhm.
oh wait, I saw that earlier. I should have done something about that. But
It
also,
felt great how
there's
it adds up like that. Yeah.
the only thing I had an issue with was the controls, because when I'd have like something I wanted to throw, and I would go into a roll, come out of the roll, and like stand
Ugh.
up and hold the throw button, it just wouldn't input the throw. And I was just standing there, I'm like, Abe, throw the thing, please, we're
I
going to
had a,
die.
I had a little bit of that too. Yeah.
I think that is the lack of buffer. Like you have to finish your current move. Like if you're moving between two tiles when you're running, your foot has to land on the second tile when you're jumping and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I'd be like hitting circle, waiting, then like hitting right, and he would just walk, and I'm like, wait, prime the throw, let's go.
Yeah,
But
he
then
does
there's
have a
some
slide when he
tricks.
jumps too.
Like using the face buttons with the D-pad actually lets you do different movements. Like you need to do the running roll later on, but if you run and just try to
Fuck.
crouch with down, it doesn't let you. So you need to hold X. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool,
Oh
because that
yeah.
was a problem I ran into in the second area. I think it's called Mosaic Lines, where I
And a
was
lot
like
of the
running
challenge
away
is
from a
like
dog.
how do I solve this at all? Like what does it want from me?
Oh, that was the worst part. I would overcomplicate so many solutions when the actual solution was just like run past them real quick, or like
It was
just
very funny watching how you
ugh.
operated and then tried to solve some things. Just because there's so many different approaches you can get, like, try before you actually land on like what the devs want you to do.
Yeah, there's a lot. And like when I was really stumped, I would pull up a guide, like a video guide. And while the guy wasn't a speedrunner, he was doing just weird shit that was like frame perfect. Like when you're returning to Rupture Farms, there's like a guard dog that is going a certain way, and you have to lead him back to the left path after jumping off a cliff and like activate the alarm system so the bomb kills the dog. But in the video that I used as a guide for hints or whatever, he would like run off screen, and then like as the dog was running on the screen you're on, he would just run back and juke it and not even kill the dog with the trap. And I was just like, bro, like this is frame perfect. I don't, why are you doing this? There
There's
are multiple ways to solve stuff. It's just
yeah.
really hard.
It
So
does
speaking
remind
of
me
frame
of
perfect,
good.
when you leave the factory the first time and you're in the scrapyard, they introduce the lasers that are moving and you have to stand still. Funny enough, you can jump over the damn bombs if you do it frame perfect and keep going. I don't know if y'all did that or not.
I was
No,
not ballsy enough to, especially with the checkpoints. I was like, I
Yeah,
don't want to lose
I-
my time.
I don't think I was
The,
ballsy enough either.
the
If
jump
I
squad makes it
understood
harder to
like the
gauge, but you
hitboxes and
can.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the jump squad. Once you understand the jump squad, you can jump over the mines.
Yeah, like someone telling me that would change everything. I'd be like, oh, okay, I can do that. Okay. Like if you stream this game and have people backseating, it's like it's an entirely different experience. You're not Abe at that
Yeah,
point.
that's a really good point. I decided to get off the internet to play it. I unplugged my end card so that I wouldn't have any outside interferences or anything. But
Yeah, whenever I
it
had
was so
sessions with
cute.
this, I made it like this was my focus. It was kind of meditative because it is very much like you're trying to get out of the industrialization back to nature, and the music adds to that, the scenery does. I wanted to really absorb all of the art and everything it was telling me, so like I didn't want distractions. So I would always have to do like an hour or two block where it's just I'm only staring at Abe, and maybe I'll get through like one checkpoint section this time.
and it
The
really
backdrops
does.
were pretty.
Like it rewards patience too. Like this
Mhm.
game, if there was a genre called patience, like this would just be that. Like so much of the game is like, yes, you're going to lose, you're going to die, you're going to have to go back, but like you really do feel good once it clicks, and like you can start like finessing all the little traps and moving and schmoving, and you're like, damn, that 20 minutes to move 1 inch was kind of worth it.
Yeah, that legit feels like the
Yeah, that's
intentional game design. It's really bizarre how I'm like going back and forth between I hate this, it's making me want to die, and then like I'll start laughing because it's really funny on how it trolls you too. Like I laughed at a lot of my deaths.
I was terrified because I don't like to be chased either, and some of the
Mhm.
puzzles require you to run from stuff. So it took me a little while to like get over it.
Yeah, that
But
was one of my fears
yeah,
as a kid too. So like when I saw that in magazines, I'm like, I can't play this game.
That skeleton in Are You Afraid of the Dark scarred me for life.
Oh my
that
gosh,
That
shit
whole
is.
chase.
I still
fucking
jump.
SAX,
I still get
please.
terrified. I've seen it
Met-
like 3 times.
Metro
Every
Fusion,
every
original game.
Halloween. God, Metroid, yeah. All like
That
I don't know.
SAX was
I
so
like a
Oh,
good
see
chase.
shit.
Fusion was
I think
scary too.
SAX was the game or like the character that made me get over that fear because it's like I can beat you. I can power up and I'll be back for you.
Yeah, I
I
love
mean, I
a
did
good
power through that
chase.
game. It was, but I just remember doing it back on the original Game Boy and every terrible light I had. And I was like, damn, I can't see anything. Where even is this thing?
Get
But I
that
do remember
worm
one
light.
puzzle. One puzzle, I did have like 20 worm lights and they all sucked. I don't know. But back to the game though, I do remember one puzzle was like two mudokons cleaning on the upper row, and there was a guard on the upper and bottom row, both patrolling between two screens. And I remember one time I was just sitting there waiting for the top guard to walk away so I could rescue them. and you just decided to beat the shit out of them. Like the RNG just decided to let him murder one of them after like 3 minutes. Of just
Really?
whacking the shit out of them.
Damn, I haven't seen that. They punched them and they like knock them out for a second, but I haven't seen them just be like, "You take it
Yeah,
too
no,
long. Let me shoot him."
that guy was mad as hell. Like I don't know what that RNG was about. It was really
I
funny.
think I
to
know
watch.
the
Can you
screen you're
fucking
talking
move already?
about.
I'm trying to rescue him.
Yeah, it's like one of the screens where I dropped down and there were like two other guys, and like I waited too long to shoot them, and they just started beating up the mudokon or whatever. But like then I learned that you can use the get down command when you're possessing this guy, and it's like they have their own voice lines. It's crazy. And
Oh
then
wow.
the mudokons actually crouch down, and you can shoot over their heads.
That wasn't this puzzle, but that would be good to know because I didn't even try the voice commands.
Oh, I was thinking of a different one then. But yeah, the possessions having different voice commands blew my mind. I was like, I wonder if these do anything. They have to if they bother to make them different, right?
Yeah, they can control like the dogs once you possess them. Like, what are the sligs? Whatever.
Slugs,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they can possess like you. Once you possess him, you can control the dog and kind of sick him on the other enemies, and it was kind of cool. Again, probably don't need to do it, but there is a point near the end of the game where it's like fun to do, I guess.
Mm. I feel like the first half of the game is just the tutorial. Like it's introducing you to every enemy and trap type, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna do that again now, but like here's level 2. You graduated and here's the harder version. And then it's just like it's kind of like you double back and you go back to the factory and stuff, and everything just gets a little harder and they mix everything together.
Yeah, and then there's this like emphasis on platforming where like there's just a part I can't even remember it's Scarabean Temple or whatever. One of them where
yeah.
you're just like running on that little thing, the Gluck. Where I don't fucking know any of this
What
shit.
little buddy.
Elam. Yeah,
Elam,
Elam.
that's it. Yeah, and like it becomes this weird little game where it's just like not as much problem solving, but it's just kind of like, all right, we're doing platforming now.
You gotta execute now.
I loved Elam's little lips. It reminded me of the Goron granddad from Majora's Mask. I was so here for Elam, for real. It was a nice mix up.
I did like the Elam section. That was fun.
Yeah, what a homie absorbing the bees for you and everything.
Right? Eating some
shakes them
honey.
I felt bad because he was so pissed off when she brought the bees over there. But I was like,
Yeah, like I
"Ready,
didn't want
it's
to
time to
try that, but I'm
go."
like, maybe he's okay. Maybe he can take it.
I like that the
Yeah.
game shows you all that, but then like doesn't tell you like explicitly like Elam likes honey and dislikes bees until like near the end of the game.
Yeah, like you've
Like,
done
after
it
you're
like
back
3
in-
times.
Yeah, after you're back in the Zalog, it's like, yeah, by the way, they hate bees. Like, yeah, thanks. I figured that out, game.
That
You know
kind of
what?
thing made me laugh a lot because it's like the devs know what they were doing. They're just being little jerks, and it gets to me. It gets my funny bone.
Speaking of explanations, I do feel like they wait to tell you that you can chant to like possess people later. I don't like it because I feel like it could have made some of the earlier sections a little easier. But hindsight, they had those balls that stop you from chanting like every time you do it. It electrocutes you or whatever. But they weren't in all of the areas. They were mostly in like the secret puzzles and stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
it,
So
There
if
was
I
a
yeah,
did
point
it
where
like-
I would
again,
just assume those balls were there, and I would stop thinking about using chanting. I was like, wait, there's a ball
right?
here. Hold on. I can just do this. I'm making this too hard
Yeah.
on myself. I'm overthinking it again.
We about to fuck this room up.
yeah, the game really does want you to replay it. That's why like so many of those little tricks you can actually implement in the early part of the game, and then that changes things up. Like some of those rooms are so hidden. Like it's like once you
You would
finish the
never
game,
know.
you really wouldn't. It's like NES
It was like
levels.
the second screen. You duck underneath a barrel, and it's like, okay, right when we start the game, you got to be like
Yeah,
checking behind
first
foreground
screen.
objects.
Like, I would never have found that.
No,
But then I
unless
thought
it's an
about-
accident.
Well, the thing is, I thought about, but then I went back and I heard the scrubbing sound from the mudokons. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh shit, you would have found this. But you had to be like really wanting to experiment and find these mudokons.
You got to know the
Like, if
language
you-
of the game.
again, like if you're just locked in a room and all you've got is this game for like I don't know a month, it would be maybe one of the most transformative experiences you could have.
See, I
Just like
wanted that.
investigating everything.
At my cousin's house, I wanted that so bad because he had so many Scrimbo games, and I'd always be like, Oddworld, let's try you. And I'd always just get to like the 7th screen or 5th screen, and it's like right when like it challenges you, like you do the tutorial or whatever, then there's like that one screen where it like makes you actually have to think. I'd be like, all right, let's play something else. Like,
Yeah, all these types of games did that to me. I just could not do them. So
I'm so shocked you
forcing
say
ourselves to go
that.
through this was cool.
This
You
game,
love Tetris.
this has nothing to do with Tetris, homie.
I know, but I'm
This
just
is not
like,
Tetris, but an RTS.
no, I know. I'm just thinking about like how hard you go into games. For you to say that, I'm like flabbergasted.
Well, that's the thing. There were so many other options where it was just like, I kind of just was just like not feeling it because you do have to isolate yourself. So when there's like, you got your grandma cooking some Italian dinner and your brothers and cousins running, and you load up Oddworld,
Oh yeah,
it's just,
it don't hit the
you know,
same.
you load up Gex instead because he's got Gex or Jersey Devil.
Because you can just go.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah,
is
but
like
like
you
I said-
need to just drill away.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But it was
Yeah, I
always
think
on the
in the-
list.
I think on the first area, I like intuited one of the hidden areas because it was just a ledge with a slig on it that was doing nothing. I was like, that's gotta be a secret. I played too many Metroid games to not realize a ledge to itself in the middle of nowhere isn't actually a secret of some kind.
I feel like doing the secrets early on the first run was a bit of a disservice to myself because they were
me
definitely
too.
cranking the difficulty and assuming that you know how to do this stuff
Yeah.
already.
I
Like
think
this
looking
was
at
the
this-
replay zone.
Looking
I
at the
was gonna
streams
say
I
I
played,
learned
I think
too.
2 hours of it for me were just redoing the first area like 3 times,
Mhm.
trying to find the secrets and understand all these mechanics it was teaching me later.
Yeah, it leads back into the replay value. Like a lot of those secrets and things it demands of you, you should have mastered it by the end of the first playthrough. And then when you go back around, you're like, oh, I got this. I just got to do this and do this. I learned this at the end of the game the first time.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
lot
why it
to
has
this
3
game.
endings too.
I never,
outside-
I never made it out of the factory because I got lost, and I
You got
died a
lost.
lot in the same
I don't-
area.
Was it the
It's frustrating.
Was it the two room or whatever? It like swapped you between 1 and 2? Because I got
No,
stuck there for
not
about
there.
40 minutes. Fuck, I didn't know that you could press E to use the rope to go up. There was a whole ass sign right there, and I swear to you, I didn't even notice it. So I was walking around for 30 minutes, walked all the way back, and that's how I ended up finding some of the secrets actually. But
I would
yeah,
have probably
was
not
stuck.
left the factory if I didn't look up hints every now and then. Like,
Yeah,
right,
Firefly's experience was definitely, I think, the norm of most people
Yeah.
that played this.
pretty much. That's how I was before I decided, like, let me look this up. I have no shame.
If you don't really like dig your heels in and say, I need to solve this, and like, if you're the type to just want to be like, okay, I'm gonna do something else because this doesn't feel good, like it's just not gonna hit. Like there's the carrot on the stick was just the art for me, and I'm like, I have to force myself even if I have to look at a guide for some parts.
Mhm.
I was gonna say it's funny because we talked about like how this game's about returning to nature and escaping capitalism, but then you get to area 2 and it's even harder. And you're like, damn, I miss area 1 now.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this village. I hate these guys. I don't want to communicate with them and their stupid passwords.
It's all
Like they're
hard.
trying to even get to the village, and it's even worse now. God damn, I thought it was easier when I was inside.
Yeah, the village wore me down pretty hard. It got rough.
Yeah, that too. I was like, what's with this Ela? Like, okay, come here. Don't get killed by bees. All right, now follow me. Now stay here. Now let me deal with the bees.
When you
And
get
then
that
once I just
psychic
despawn,
power,
I'm like, oh, okay.
like when you have to solve the doors, you do like 7 on one side, and then like you think you're done, and you're like, oh, there's a second part, and there's like fucking like 12 doors that you have to do. I was like,
God.
That
I
beat
was
me.
like,
I'm
oh,
done.
It's so funny. It's like it makes you. It feels like it wants to make you feel despair. I swear to God, it's
I
intended.
mean, the drums,
I agree.
the sound of like design and the drums and the background noises were oppressive as fuck. Like
Mhm.
it just had that feeling of just like
It was very like diegetic feeling where it kicked in at like certain like an enemy sees you and it goes boom boom and like it starts to get subtly more powerful, or when you possess an enemy it goes to that boom boom like the little
Yeah,
industrial
like
rock
industrial.
riff. Yeah.
I was really shocked to see that too because I feel like that wasn't really a thing done in most games until like Kingdom Hearts, where there's like an overworld sound, and then the moment you get in battle, the music like is up paced or like it changes drastically or is sad. Um, but I can't think
It-
of any other games on PlayStation that did the same thing. So I will say that I was
Yeah,
very impressed by that.
a
I
lot
would
of
have to
them
think
really
of
didn't
others
do
that do
like
that
that.
dynamic sound. Now that you mention it, but
There's definitely some, none that are
yeah, I would have
coming
to
to my
think as
mind.
well. But for the time, it was a rarity at least. Like everything, it was incredibly cinematic. I could watch someone speedrun this in front of me, and I would have a great time, especially if I was blind. Like maybe it wouldn't hit the same if I don't know how he feels or like how it feels to control the character. But watching this game in action is like watching a little movie. It's really pretty. Like some of the
I
puzzles might get a little repetitive eventually, but overall, it's very entertaining and thought provoking.
I definitely saw like the second half of the game kicking the difficulty, and I was like, God, this looks miserable. I'm glad the speedrunner knows exactly what to do.
It gets intense. Again,
And I will also
patience.
say, Paramonia Temple, the first half with the 7 doors.
Oh my god.
I walked into the first one and it had the secret area in it with the 3 dogs you had to go bait out and then use meat and then like guide the little mudokons to the portal side on the other screen. And like do all this in the span of them eating the meat or they ran you down. I was on that puzzle for like half an hour trying to time it all properly.
Yeah,
That was miserable.
I made a choice not to rescue any because I would have lost my fucking mind trying to save any of them and
'Cause-
finish the game and like experience everything. I
The
was
other
like,
worst part of it is once you've done all 3 of those and you got all 3 of them in the portal, then a thing of trash starts spawning right in front of your exit portal.
"N-
You better
And
know
that's
what's
what I was like,
happening
oh,
ahead of
this is
time,
the- I wanna be the
Oh
asshole.
guy
my
shit.
god.
That was I was like, oh, I see. We're this is Kane design. I understand now. This is Kaizo
Yeah, you're gonna
shit.
learn today.
I was like,
I
this
did,
ain't
in
Jet
fact,
Force
learn.
Gemini. I ain't playing. I'm fucking rescuing nothing.
That's funny.
I think I got all of them until like maybe the third zone. I got to like 40, I think, and then I was like,
That's good.
if I tried to like obsess over 100%, I'm never gonna. I didn't finish anyway, but I knew I would never finish if I
That's
went
the
for
thing.
them.
I would have still been in the factory, and I would
Yeah.
have felt horrible about myself just because I would. It's just so much trial and error, and it's
It's
just
so
like,
much extra gameplay. It's like getting all the strawberries in Celeste.
yeah.
I'm about to
The-
play that this year.
The worst thing is like the second factory return to the Zoologs would have been miserable trying to do that. Because like that's all like 50 of the second half of the game that you gotta rescue in not really one sweep, but pretty much that's the rest of the game right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it comes
And
quick.
they're all miserable.
I felt so bad when I couldn't save any of them because I
Oh.
knew they were gonna get turned into
That's-
pies.
That's why I also had to go rescue. I'm like, I can't let these people get their heads cut off and shoved on pikes for
Fuck 'em.
a frozen snack.
I'll eat them. I'll eat them too. Especially
we
at
eat-
that bad ending.
Oh, I didn't actually watch the ending. What happens in the bad ending?
They all basically Abe is like being crucified over a flame pit, and all the
Oh my
mudokons,
god.
all the mudokons are like,
Ah.
they're like, he didn't actually help us. He he was a schmuck, and then they're like, kill him, and he just gets
No.
dropped
What
into a
the
fuck.
fuck?
He gets dropped
It's
into
really-
a pit.
This
That's
is
my
really
actually
God.
funny.
it's really funny because I went over to go play Munch's Odyssey for a bit because I was really curious about that game. And like as soon as I
That's a
heard one of the
nightmare.
other Mudokons like say, "Hey Abe," and he sounded like Lenny from Simpsons, it just took me right out of it. I'm like, I can't take this seriously.
That game, not to get too off topic, but Munch's Odyssey, like this game.
That's worth an episode on its own, I think.
Like this game perfected what it wanted to do, and then they released a sequel like just a year later. It's not like it's a spin-off, but it's still a fucking big ass sequel of a game. And then like whatever they did in the future was crazy. Like even the Game Boy games, the one that ATI mentioned the other week, like those were faithful like to what the game wanted.
Oh,
And
Yeah, now
I'll
that I
play
know
those
how this
games.
plays, I'm kind of curious to go back to it. Like, I know it's not going to compare because the whole point, the whole draw of this to
The
me is the art.
atmosphere,
Like, you're
yeah.
not getting that on the
Yeah.
Game Boy. Like, but just to see how the mechanics transfer, I might give it a whirl for 10 minutes.
it's like that Nosferatu game on Super Famicom. It's just,
The
I
thing
don't
I
know if
hear
anyone
from-
play that.
I have not.
Saw James Rolfe play it, if that counts.
Yeah, that
I
stream was
love
like, oh shit, alright, I'll go I'll go rescue everyone. Fine.
What
But
were
then I
you
was
gonna
like,
say, Zero?
I was gonna say the sequel, Exodus, is
Mhm.
apparently much better according to the people I've talked to who are super fans of this series. They don't like the first two games. Those are the only two that really hit.
Yeah.
And
And
then I've
Stranger's
heard
Wrath was okay.
Stranger's Wrath was okay. I've heard from people that
Yeah,
like
that
shooters.
one's okay.
Oh, I got
Much as,
I got 27. I killed one of them. Sorry.
no, you're fine. Munches was weird. They didn't like New and Tasty because it changed the lighting and atmosphere of the areas, and the
Which I
AI was
get.
changed.
I
I
get
get it too. But it was a
so much
2010
of this
Unity game.
so much of this game is the atmosphere and the ambiance and like that.
It's the little things you pick up. Like you don't really put it together at first, but then you're like, oh, all their mouths are sewed shut. This is terrifying.
Right?
Oh
Because
wow, I didn't notice
with
that.
chanting, because even like some of the guards are privy to what chanting does, and like know when you like a guard is possessed, and we'll just shoot him on sight.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
they'll
and, like
run off
world design
screen.
with enemies. Like they even had like environmental storytelling by introducing like the anti-chant enemies, and like the way things got introduced to you over time just tells you more about the world.
I will say, just as a side trivia, the creators are very active on like the Oddworld subreddit, which was surprising to me.
Oh, cool.
And like they have the creators have a bunch of ideas that he's yet to even like tap into. Like he had ideas for like a game about an albino slig that has to escape because I guess apparently you can't be an albino slig. There was one game that sounded like you were just gonna bet on Mudokan gladiators for combat. And I was like, that's just salty bet, bro. Like release Oddworld salty.
Damn.
I will be there no matter what. That sounds
Funnily
crazy.
Funnily enough, they were gonna make an RTS on the PS2.
Yo, salty
Yeah,
man.
that too.
It was
Feels
called
like
The bones are there. Like you command all the dudes in this.
it was gonna be called the Hand of Odd, which I thought was funny because in Command and Conquer, the barrack for Nod is called the Hand of Nod, and I was like,
It's
they
really
know what they're
funny.
doing.
They
They're
do.
cheeky. It never came out though. It's a shame.
Damn.
yeah, I really want to see the creator ever like get more developer manpower. I want to see some of these crazier ideas they got.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was also a Game Boy Advance game, and then there was a Game Boy Color game. So like there were two on Game Boy, I believe.
Game Boy Advance was like another port of Munch's Odyssey. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
good or not.
Probably not from what a little I've seen.
Yeah, from what I've heard too. But
It's just
I'm
like
curious.
a bird's eye view. Like, see, the whole beauty of this game is just like the deliberate nature of like it's just this puzzle platformer that like it's like again I always said it was like a hybrid. It feels like it has the bones of a point and click in the sense where it's just like every screen is this like little puzzle and you're kind of like making actions to figure it out rather than like inputs.
You can see the influences clearly in this game between all the PC games and like even Lemmings, like leading the guys to the goals.
Yeah.
I would say maybe
Yeah.
would be influenced.
100%. It blends genres seamlessly where it like becomes its own genre. Like you do have the Prince of Persia's and the Nosferatu that I mentioned on Super Famicom, and there's plenty of others. But then like you have Oddworld that like tells this beautiful cinematic story while like engrossing you in this kind of like layered gameplay where it just keeps peeling more things back and back and back.
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it just as an art level. Like I've been
Oh
in
my
that world
God.
mentally the whole past week.
This is like one for one.
It has been fun getting more into it. Like I wouldn't have minded. Like I'm so shocked the late 90s, early 2000s didn't get an ugly CGI cartoon like Donkey Kong or something.
Right.
Like I'm shocked we didn't get more of it.
That's something I was thinking while we were playing. Like if this wasn't a game or like if it was changed gameplay wise or anything, what would it even be? Would this work as a cartoon? Like the abstract graphics kind of add to it and like the mystery. So I don't know if I would like it as much if it was anything other than what it is. So it's hard to say.
I think if it was a cartoon, it would lean too much on the comedy. It would.
Yeah, there'd be too much farting.
There'd be a lot.
That's kind of what I feel like happened with Munches, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Like,
Saturday
that's
morning
obsessive
cartoon,
with
and then like the villains start being like, "Oh, we're gonna make them into pies," and then Abe's like, "I can't let you make me pie because then we die," or whatever
We're the
rhyme is.
pies.
like that's rhymed. I think
feel
it's
like
more
a
about
movie
just
would
there
work.
really wasn't a villain at that point. I feel like
something.
Yeah, the
least the
movie
white
like had this
posters.
kind of like muddy look, and like things were kind of abstract, but then there's like billboards that are clear, but like there's characters in the background, you can't quite tell what they are. Are those glowing eyes back there? What is that? Like there needs to be that kind of mystery to it. Is all.
I did listen to like a retrospective. Something about the cinematics won an award, like not a Grammy. It won something for like making the movies, like the cut.
What year did this come out again?
98. We're going on 30 years almost. Rounding up.
God,
We're
I
in 2006.
feel my bones hurting with this.
So I'm just going pre FF7 or post FF7 at this point.
This was
Because that
post.
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it feels like it's more like technologically mature than FF7 in a lot of ways. Like you don't have little block guys. I mean, FF7 had the transitions into the CG movies beautifully. This has them too, but I think they kind of work better here because they're like zone trans. Maybe not better because FF7 is brilliant, but they feel very natural with the environment and like just like when you're going between the conveyor belts and the factory and stuff. It was really cool to see the FMVs kick in.
They definitely leveled up. Going back to the movie, there is a short, Oddworld Abe's Exodus, the movie. It's a short, and that was nominated for an Oscar. So yeah, I wanted to get that. So maybe we should bring the movie one day.
I'd be down.
I think it's like
I'd be down to watch.
That'd be fun.
an hour, 40 minutes, something like that.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
see
it
what
would
they
be
do with
cool.
it.
Nice little
I'm-
wrap up.
I'm actually mad at what I just read about Hand of Odd.
Uh-oh.
During an interview with Kedikuris at EGX 2017, Lauren Lanning told a story about meeting Bobby Kotick, former Activision CEO, in an
Uh-oh.
LAX bathroom some years before. After
Uh-oh.
mentioning to Bobby they were considering an RTS type game, Bobby advised Lauren not to do it as an RTS genre was dying. The switch became one of the reasons for halting development of the
Bobby.
game. Fucking Bobby Kotick at it again. God damn it.
He ruins
Sorry, go
everything.
You know, it's kind of fitting that it died in a bathroom. So,
Yeah,
I don't know. I
actually
can't be
true.
too mad.
That's kind of
Okay.
poetic.
That's
The
fair.
janitor.
I think it was going to be like Brutal Legend and how it like did both RTS and action adventure. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe we should add that game to the list at some point.
Who is Bobby?
Bobby, that's a whole deep dive. Well, it's I don't know. Anyone want to give him the TLDR?
He's got
Activision
the touch
CEO.
of death. Yeah.
He's the OCO of Activision.
I don't even know where to start. There, you can wiki
Yeah.
dive on him, I guess.
Just a scummy American businessman. Who's like, there's a lot. Apparently, movie Moneyball. I don't know if that has to deal with him or I don't know. That just popped up. But regardless of all that, yeah, the game was just like more. I lived up to the hype because there's so many years I've heard about this game, and it kind of like it was like, yeah, that weird smelly game, but like it really is that like pillar, like that ES1 pillar, like it I do truly feel it like fits in with all those classics. Apparently he was going to be added to PlayStation All-Stars as DLC, but the game failed so miserably that they didn't add any DLC. But like Abe deserves it. It's weird because this character was always in my face for almost 30 years and I never like looked his way.
He's very much like the gameplay in this to me, where I'm so like I'll hate him 1 second, and the next second I'm like, you know what? You may be hideous, but like you're so charming. How can I stay
Well,
mad at
He
you?
grew on me
Corn
too.
dog.
Again, like for them, farting is normal. It's not gross behavior. It's just
Yeah, they
early
laugh afterwards,
communication.
Just saying hello.
This cute little laugh.
Hee hee hee.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Whistle,
Follow
whistle,
me.
whistle, fart.
Wait.
No,
I was wondering. I was like, why do they always have to end with a fart and then y'all laugh and then you're like, okay, you can come through.
yeah,
It's the communal, like you're one of us. All right, cool.
It's like a kiss. I
Yeah.
did like the Simon Says. Again, talking about
Yeah, it
like
was fun.
genres and stuff. Like they were never annoying to the point where like I felt frustrated with them. It did get annoying.
It was enough to make you focus.
Yeah, but then having to do like, I think there was one section where if you died, you had to do like 2 Simon Says sections, and they got like long. Like it was like fart, fart, laugh, laugh, whistle, whistle, fart. Like I was like, all right, after my 20th time of dying, like this is kind of draining me, but like overall as a mechanic, I thought it was pretty cool. Like there's just so many things. There's so many like layers to this game.
Yeah, like you can
So-
complain about stuff that it does, but then you're like, what other game attempted to do things on this level with so many things? Like throwing the bombs, the rocks, the fruit, and all the traps, the
Yeah,
trap doors. There's a lot.
This is a better
Like, we're-
braid.
Like
A better braid.
honestly, kinda, yeah. But like we all say
Kinda.
like, oh yeah, this game was dragging us down. It was driving us insane. But like we all love it because it's very unique. And like once you master it, you're like, damn, this game rules. Actually,
It feels good and it feels bad. And I think that's like art. That's art. Like it makes
art,
you
yeah.
feel these
Mm.
things.
This is a Judero. It's just an art game to me. Like I don't care if it plays bad. Like it's unique. It's not like a Mario clone that just like feels off or like, oh, where's my momentum? Where's this or that? This trying to be an action game, but it's not quite right. No, it's entirely its own thing, and it's like, you like what I'm doing? Cool. If not, just roll away.
yeah.
And
Aside
even
from my throwing complaints, like everything else, I was like, oh, that's my fault. I did this wrong. Oh, that's my fault. I did this wrong.
Although there is a lot of bullshit.
There
Yeah,
are, yes, but like there are a lot of times I'm like, okay, that's my fault. I guess, sure.
Yeah.
Not knowing you're
Even when
gonna
it's
do
my
it funny
fault,
to
like
me.
like I'll run to another screen, and like I said earlier, like you could only stand on one tile, and then there's a pit. So like if I run to transition to that screen, even if I stop before I totally go to that screen, I was just dead. And I was like, God damn it! I had to redo
Son of
5
a
minutes now,
bitch.
and I
Son
kept
of a
doing it
bitch.
because I kept forgetting.
But like even calling the gameplay bad, like is such a
I don't think that's
It's-
fair.
Yeah, no, it's
because
not
it's
fair.
just like
It's not bad.
that's like part and parcel of the whole package. Like
There's a learning curve. There's a big learning curve.
and
If
and
it
I'm
you
not sure
tried
there
to
is.
be like reactionary gameplay, then you could judge it on that, but it's not. It's inspired by strategy, and I mean, again, there's partial RTS in here. You got to lead your guys, and there's timing. They
Don't
were
encourage
inspired
him.
by RTS games, I think, at the time.
But it's so deliberate though. Like everything about your actions and movement, like I don't know. I feel like there's a design philosophy where it's just like nothing like good comes easy. So like we're gonna make
Mhm.
them like really learn this weird obtuse kind of gameplay. And
Yeah, the
we're
whole
gonna
game
have
is
them
suffering.
master it. It really is. It's like some Buddhist fucking noble truth. Like
Yes. It would be like tying into like the whole spiritualism. That's totally intentional. Like it wants the player to realize these things on their own, I think.
because like if you're designing this game and to make that choice where it's like imagine if we were designing the game and we were like, yeah, let's put all this delay. Those thoughts don't come after you make the game.
Mhm.
They come
No, it's
as
like
you're
you
making
you
it.
want to make the player feel a certain way. Like, oh my God, can I actually do? I have to do this again. Like that's all very much planned out.
Like
It's-
Mario would be miserable if it was like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, look at
If it
Mario
was-
Maker
yeah.
levels. It like, can you imagine getting through some of those levels that are like 10 minutes long
Oh,
and having no checkpoints and having to do it over and over? It's
That's actually
Kaizo.
really
terrible.
grounding. When you put it that way, it makes Abe feel like a normal person.
he is
He's
just a
He's
normal
normal within
guy.
his
He's
own
just
world.
a janitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A janitor that can have psychic powers, that can absorb explosive rings, that can zap people, that can
Oh,
possess
he got
things.
those after becoming the chosen one, whatever they're
Yeah,
called. in
that
that
was cool.
universe. I
The
forget
whole
that.
like ascension to chosen one path was honestly awesome.
Game could have ended there and I would have been happy.
Yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
gonna lie.
for two reasons, but yes.
For a few, but
Mhm.
yeah, it was cool full circle thing where like he does become the savior. I don't know. It's got that story. It's got that story circle. The
Mhm.
Joseph Campbell, like he's this reluctant hero. He takes the call after like he sees what he sees, and he has to like I don't know. It really is this like weird little like it's got the name in it, Odyssey. Like they were pulling like all these like crazy ass philosophical things for this game.
Yeah.
And
The
it
fact that
came
he was a
together.
factory born. That hit me different too. It's
The
like
anti-capitalist messages, I'll take
Different
it.
parts of nature trying to help you, like the butterflies helping you, the little emu friend,
Mhm.
everything.
The birds, for some reason, like
Yeah.
I love
can't-
those birds.
there was a weird cutscene where I feel like the shaman turned Abe into like the doves for some reason. I can't remember why or what, but like there is a lot of symbolism. Like the doves are freedom. You're creating this barrier of like
Mhm.
freedom with your chanting and prayer and these. I don't know. It was really friggin' beautiful, and it's a shame
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
took me almost 30 years to give it a
Well,
try.
it's just one of those things. You
Right.
can't really sum it all up in words unless it's like it's a very feeling-based thing, and the feeling it gives is very unique, and that's what I come to video games for unique experiences at this point.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
Me too.
I feel like
Well
the
said.
suffering adds. Again, it's weird because like people can argue that the suffering aspect is poor design, but it's just like there's so much to be gained from like. I don't want to sound dramatic, but like every time a game forces me to like be super patient or super like outside of my own comfort zones, genuinely feel like you're like a better person at the end of the day. Like
Mm.
because
Yeah, I'm a,
this amount of patience isn't fucking natural. Like most people, like I work around boomers and stuff, and they start flipping out if they can't open their own like trunk because the button is not working. And I'm just like, you would never survive Oddworld, bro. Like,
It's easy to forget that like people don't have that kind of patience because I am one
Right.
of those psychos that beat like Wings of V. I want to be the guy. Like I did my Bashi runs. Like we're the kinds of gamers in here I think that are like if there's a trial like that, it activates
It
our brain
excites
to like
me.
figure out what it wants. Oh, like there's something here that I have to learn how to perform at better. Okay, let's see what it wants from me.
It's that
Yeah,
Goku
and
philosophy.
we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Or at least try. Like, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
trying is the important part too. Like,
That's the biggest. Like I didn't beat it, but like I'm glad I tried.
I
yeah,
want to go
I
beat
feel
it.
like-
Yeah.
So I'm happy I tried it.
I
I'm
would
happy
love to
got
beat
all the
it.
guys.
Same here.
Yeah, I want to beat it. I do want to beat it.
And I don't think there's any shame in looking up, hints or something. Because
No,
again,
this is a
so
walkthrough
much.
game. Let's be real.
Yeah, there's so much time in a lifetime, not even in a day. And it's just like, yeah, you can spend like the next month and a half figuring Oddworld
Mhm.
out, but like, there's so many more experiences to like dig
That's what it
into.
comes down
Again,
to.
we
Like,
gotta
yeah.
we gotta put ourselves back in '97. Your family bought like 3 whole games a year. This was your only game for a month
Exactly.
and a half.
Thank God it wasn't. Thank God it wasn't for me.
That's why my cousin's the gamer he is, because he had Oddworld, which is not
Yeah,
much of a
if
gamer. He plays
would've
you're
been
used to
Overwatch a
so
lot.
Mario and you
glad.
play that, it's like I'm not
Right.
playing games anymore.
I'm a Mario Crash Bandicoot kid. If I got this, I would have been like, take it back.
Yeah, I was just not ready back then.
I would have loaded up SegaSages.com and like crawled through it, but like it just didn't.
Now, for a
hit.
blockbuster game, I think I would have been okay with a blockbuster game. I got it, spent $7 for it, play it for 3 days because I could only play games on weekends. I would have been okay with that if I got
Yeah, it's a cool ass
Oddworld.
rental game. I rented all these kinds of like experimental games, and I did not care about getting far in them. Like me and my sister would just rent like random Super Nintendo games that we had no idea how to play, like a Shadowrun or something. And it's like you just get through the first few screens, and then like you talk about it, and like you absorb yourself in that world, and you start thinking about like, oh, what would they do with this? Would they have this there? And like you just kind of fill it in with your imagination. This is a good
Right.
imagination game.
Nah, I made Battletoads and Double Dragon my life goal.
Oh yeah.
We rented that from Blockbuster, and like fucking 25 years, I'm still running through it. I mastered it. I could do it, no problem. But like, man, that first rental was rough. But now I've mastered it, and I feel like Oddworld, if I rented it, this would be a similar game where I would have more like I don't know if that's fair to say because I did have an attachment to it, and I never downloaded it on my PSP. I never revisited it, but I have a lot of fond memories of playing these weird Scrimbo games that like my cousins had. I had many cousins, so like one was like the weird kid with like the Scrimbo games, and then the other one was like these weird sport arcade type of games, and the other one I was the RPG kid and platformer, and so I got this umbrella of all these games, and that they got me attached early on. But like, I don't know why Oddworld. It's so weird.
It
Some
slipped
lo-
through a lot of cracks.
But I'm like looking at him, and I'm like, I remember you. Why weren't we close? Like, why?
He was in
like,
magazines everywhere. I feel like he was like such an
Media
important
play.
cultural part of gaming back then, but somehow people just didn't play it. Like they praised the game. I remember that a lot.
Damn, yeah, it was.
Everyone
It
talked
was
about it
Abe and
being
Mike.
cinematic.
So
Right.
speaking
Those were
of
the
Abe
biggest
being everywhere,
posters.
What was that, Zero?
I said, so speaking of Abe being everywhere, is this a good time to interject about the Japanese version differences? Because they are a trip.
Yeah, we could
Oh,
talk
let's
about
hear 'em.
the fingers and all that stuff. Go on, Zero.
Yeah, so let's start with the fingers. Our hero here's got a fourth small finger, and this was apparently offensive in Japan, so it had to be removed, which means every cutscene and every thing had to be re-rendered because it was offensive to
The meat
Burakumen, a
packers.
low-class Japanese working group, because they
Oh,
were
damn.
in lower-class factory work that would result in their fingers getting chopped off.
Oh, damn.
Due to fears of having to pay exorbitant bills to a vociferous pressure group, Oddworld and Heaven decided to change the hand design.
And then that
including-
became the canon hand. They stuck with that after everything, which is crazy.
It was probably fun though.
It's
so we
on the
could
moon. It's
re-render
all
this
your
again.
runes. That's crazy.
What?
Yeah, so there it is US
Wow.
and there it is in Japan and everywhere else from now on.
What?
But then also, there was a second
Crazy.
problem. A certain case, the Kobe child murders was happening at this time. So they had to also change the Mudokon pops.
Yeah, they're like more friendlier. Like ours was like a head on a stick, and theirs is more kawaii. Like that's their Budokan pop. And
Yeah,
this is
and
what
then here's
ours
ours.
originally was.
Oh wow!
Smiling Kirby versus Kirby with
That's
his hand cut off.
wild.
Kirby with his hand cut off.
Saint pops in. It's
Damn, the
ring.
game would have terrified
Kirby.
me as a kid if I'd have saw
This
that.
game did scare me as a kid. I saw it amazing. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is that?
It scared me now.
Holy
Some of the things
shit.
like the
It scared
oppression.
me.
Yeah,
and
now it's
everything.
good for doing
The-
different
The
reasons.
factory setting, it's like shit.
Not to
And
get
the-
not to get too off traffic, but Zero posted those pictures of the moons. I noticed literally right before we started talking about this when I was doing my return to Rapture Farms. You know how there's like multiple moons and stuff in like the sky and shit? Well, I
Mhm.
noticed one of them has a blinking red light on them. It's like small and kind of in the center. And I was like, do we got some Last Defense Academy shit going on? Like, I don't think it was ever explained. I couldn't
Hug your
find
line, we're so back, boy.
yeah, I couldn't find much information, but on my 800th time trying to pass that screen, I was like, is that one blinking? Like, is that one a false satellite? Like, I don't know. Sorry, but you posted the moon.
I didn't notice that actually. That's actually I didn't even like read about that anywhere. That's
Yeah,
curious.
having not found all the secrets, I wonder if that was like, you know, the mines you explode with the red ring that you absorb. Maybe it was something like that. Like you could somehow detonate it for a secret. I don't know.
Could
That's
be.
crazy.
That'd be a
Yeah, I'm
cool
gonna take a
secret.
screenshot after we're done with all this and just be like, yeah, that moon's
That's the
blinking.
kind of thing. Like it makes you think. Like, is this another planet? What's going on there? Is there a base? Like it might not matter in the game, but this is the kind of game where it's a pleasure to think about and like use your imagination on.
Random group of gamers finds moon explosion Easter egg 30 years after game came out.
You have to
Oh,
chant
that's where you
for
get the
10 minutes.
Triforce.
The actual Triforce
That
guy.
would be wild.
He's
But
got his power glove.
Hunter lined up. I hear you're making DLC and you're not risking bankruptcy. Get my boy Abe on it. Let's go.
Don't encourage him. I need to finish that game. Don't
No,
add
I'm
more
encouraging
shit to
it. He's already adding more DLC. It's already
I
over.
can't.
Least we can do is get Abe.
I can't.
He's already planned it.
Never ends.
It's never ending. That game's going on forever.
So good though. But yeah, those were some of the regional differences and stuff, which was pretty cool. It was called Abe a Go-Go in Japan.
Yeah, that too.
I thought was a cute name. It doesn't sound as
Kenshin,
tough.
or was it? Is it Kenshin a Go-Go baby?
Henshin a Go-Go. That means transformation a Go-Go baby. But nah, this was just Abe a Go-Go. I guess he's just going. He's going to save everyone. I don't know what their idea was, but it does lose some luster. Like it does lose some impact because this is Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey.
Every Agogo thing is a reference to Speed Racer. Because Speed Racer fans is Mach Go Go Go.
I guess that makes sense.
Mach Go Go.
Go, go,
Gotcha.
go.
There's also one
Rhythm
cutscene
Heaven.
that was scrapped. That was going to be a commercial, and it was also very creepy too.
I like spoopy.
And I find in the current times, it's even more interesting.
The Guardian
This
Angel.
is terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, this game just oozes like this type of energy, and yet he's this lovable little guy at the same time.
It never like breaks the illusion of just being alien.
That is actually terrifying.
No,
Wait,
it's
did you
funny
say they didn't air this commercial?
They didn't. It was tested in too weird, so they made another commercial. And this was unlockable, but only in like the first version of the game. They got rid of it after the revisions.
I was gonna say I like
wow.
vaguely remember it, but I think they just reused the TV coming down and talking to Abe to like do something else.
But I love how you said this game always feels alien, and then like it's kind of crazy how like these weird capitalist factories also feel alien, like, and yet those are the most like real parts of the game. And it just
It's like the need to just like have a constant stream of like food and their caste system, like they're everything they have the lower society members, and they have to subjugate them to have power themselves and that kind of thing. It all transfers again. It all comes back to food.
Yeah, food is power, and it's scary when you consider how like, you know, we take all this stuff for granted, but like these are real things that actually like go on in the world.
Yeah, you can tie the similarities to all of it. Like there's the stop the factory farming. There's all kinds of messaging about environmentalism in here, and you get the picture.
There's some getting too real later on in Munch's Odyssey that got scrapped. I'm sad it got scrapped. There's like
what
a
did they
game
do?
show with the Glycons that would like guess what traumas happened to the mudokons called Name That Trauma. It's like the gamifying
my
of suffering
God.
was I was like, damn, that's getting a little too close to home. And then there was also a scrapped plot line where the CEO guy from this game was getting sued by the Glycon Queen for not producing enough profits and not
That's
controlling
really
the
funny.
Mudokon uprising. And it was gonna be like a whole plot line around that lawsuit battle. And I was like, damn, this is getting too fucking real.
Right.
For like 10 years, 20 years before, I had like the sentience to realize, oh shit, this shit actually does happen. Like this is back when I was like 14. I didn't know anything about the world yet.
Yeah, it's crazy because so much of this is so realized, like this world. I am curious to see what this movie brings us. Like, will it get more into the politics of this world, or is it Abe going from screen to screen, fucking jumping over mines? Like,
If it was just like oil painting backgrounds and like beautiful scenes and like barely any dialogue, I'd be in heaven.
yeah,
Every viewing
I
of-
don't think it's gonna be like that.
I don't think so. I think we're gonna be having a lot of farts.
I think it's Donkey Kong. Well, it was nominated. I don't think Donkey Kong was ever nominated.
Every viewing of
they got the
Oddworld
cinematic vision.
Exoduses.
I bet there's some cool shots and stuff, and regardless of what the content's like.
Every Exodus viewing is personalized. He just dies somewhere in the middle of it. Only one viewer is lucky enough to see the real ending.
I kind of had that thought playing this game. Like his entire adventure is personalized because he could die so many ways, and like he could just be some schmuck that doesn't save any of the guys, and they're like, "Oh yeah, just
That's
sacrifice
me.
him. We don't like him." Yeah,
I'm actually
or
really
maybe
sad
you're
we
the
didn't
hero.
get- I'm really sad we didn't get this RTS game. This game looks like they put a lot of work into it.
Always a
Yeah,
shame
they
when
should
projects like
finish this
that
game.
fizzle out.
Hand of Odd, baby.
I did wish the game had a death count just to see how many times I died.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
it
that'd be
didn't,
great.
actually.
That would have been interesting because it is a death game. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that was
We
something they really
died.
considered at the time. Were there other games that
No.
were like tallying your deaths? That was something that's more like
That's like
Super Meat Boy.
2009 shit.
Yeah, I want to say Super Meat Boy was like the one of the
Jumper.
originators.
Jumper, all that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
oh yeah, Jumper for sure.
Wait,
I think
when did I
Jumper
Want to Be the
tracked
Guy come
this.
out? Probably like 10, or I Want to Be
Jump-
the Guy, yeah.
Those all
2009, 2008. I want to be the
Yeah.
guy.
But overall, I really enjoyed my time getting into this.
Yeah, this is one that passed by all of us, and
Oh my God, it
even
was
just dipping our
2007.
toes in was pretty cool.
Yeah, so overall, I would say I'm gonna finish this game. I don't know, maybe on my day off. It's gonna be hard having to go back all the way at that start. But again, that's the thing. Once you know what to do, that hour and a half goes down to 30 minutes. So
Yeah,
it's
you
just
learn the
like,
tricks.
so I'm like, okay, just suck it up. But I don't know. Either way, I'm happy to have gotten as far as I have and officially, unofficially beat it in my mind.
If there was one thing you could change about the gameplay, what would it be while still keeping the spirit of the game intact?
That's a good question.
Let me throw while crouched. Make throwing
Yeah.
easier.
Let me run and crouch without having to run stop crouch.
Honestly, just
Without
buffering.
holding
X.
E.
You can do that. Yeah, you hold X.
I'm playing on keyboard, y'all. It's so hard.
Yeah, well, whatever X is on keyboard.
Press
play
X.
I don't know your keys.
controller. I don't know what to tell you.
You move with.
I get what you're saying, but yeah, I don't know.
There's
I think there's a button
eight.
for it.
There's functionally 8 face buttons that you have to interact with, though.
Yeah, it's WASDQERFC.
Okay, well, whichever
Left
one of those, I'm not
control
gonna find it.
tab. Yeah, it's a lot. It's cute.
I'm trying to think.
I'm old.
I think if there was one thing I could change while keeping the spirit of the game would be like a break system on his run. Because there's so many times where I would like go into the next screen and there's just a mine.
Yeah,
I'm like,
mine,
if I
pit,
could
whatever.
just stop like if I could put the brakes on it, like a skit, like a skirt kind of like thing, just to give me like a little bit more time, like just to break. I think I would have appreciated that because I can't tell you how many times I would have like, and it's me trying to like finesse the game system. It's like I know there's delay, and I would still try and be like, I could jump at this exact frame and make it, and it's just like, man, if I could just stop short, so much pain would be avoided. And that's simply.
But then I
because of
started
the
thinking, like, it's kind of fitting for Abe because he's such a frail little weirdo who's not good at running. Like,
yeah, it's true. It's true. He is this weird floppy salmon foot kind of guy.
he's better at rolling, honestly.
The roll
True.
cancels are good.
I loved rolling.
If I
Is
could
it
change
okay
one thing,
for-
I guess just input buffering. Like, let me press the jump button, have it store while I'm moving between tiles, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that would help.
Is it okay if I say that this is the PlayStation version of Donkey Kong?
No, that's
Nah.
Maybe
it's not
Donkey
okay in
Kong
my book.
Jr.
I mean, it's the same sprite rendering style, but I mean, it was used a bit more at this point.
Maybe Donkey Kong Land.
Donkey Kong Jr. math when you're climbing between the vines. Yeah,
Donkey Kong, man.
It's the Kingdom Hearts of Donkey Kong platform.
I mean, it's the same pre-rendered sprites. I see where you're coming from, but
RTS
I guess
of
this
Donkey
one feels
Kong.
less unique.
Get that
I
coconut
feel like
gun.
it's Donkey Kong without the ability to like double jump over a gap.
All right, now you're pushing it for me. I
Yeah,
can't
I
defend
mean-
this
Yeah,
anymore.
we're not even in the same realm.
I mean,
This game does not play like Donkey Kong at all.
I suggest you
like,
listen to the last
actually, no,
hour of this
wait.
podcast.
this plays like one other Donkey Kong game. It's Land 1, like ATI
Yeah,
said.
yeah. I wanted to compare.
This
it
is
to that
Land
kind
1
of grid
again.
basement. But even Land 1 like has momentum and stuff. This doesn't.
yeah,
It's
Not
it's
a
very.
reactionary game. It's not like, oh, I see a Kremling. I gotta jump and then I'll roll off this edge and I'll jump off the ground. It's not really like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
there's
like
no head bonking. This
Like
is
a part
true.
of me doesn't even want to call it a platformer, even though there is.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I see a lot of like genre listed as like adventure platformer, but it's just like, yeah, I know I know there is platforming, but like the core of platforming.
Just because there's some jumping in this, I can't call it a platformer. It uses
Yeah,
elements in the same way like I don't know, Final Fantasy VII, like it has the Fort Condor game. It's not an RTS. It has an RTS part in it,
Mhm.
but it's,
You're
I
right.
don't,
I'm
I don't
gonna
think you
call
can
it an
fully
RTS
classify
though.
it.
Yeah, I feel like this is more of a puzzle than a
Oh,
platformer.
It's a puzzle
absolutely.
cinematic experience.
Absolutely.
Puzzle adventure.
But yeah, I mean, anyone have any final words on Oddworld? Anything they want to get out of their system?
Something
Apparently,
small I
Exodus
would
is.
change is
Oh,
like
go
the
ahead.
save menu.
Hmm.
The save menu, like where it had different like names on it. I don't know how
So
to.
did you guys all play the Steam version, by the way?
I
Yeah,
played
Yeah.
it on Steam.
Yeah.
relive.
Because PS1, I don't know if I was missing something when I saved, but it was like every time you do, it would save to a new slot on the memory card. So like if you just
You
have
just have
16
like
empty blocks
100.
on your card, it just cycles through for you no matter what. I don't know if I was
Huh.
missing something, but it was like
I'm,
all 15 blocks at the end were just Oddworld for me.
I'm not sure because it did the exact same thing on Steam, so I think maybe it just does that.
Yeah, saving was a little weird. Like I kind of like lost track of my save, and it didn't feel like I was saving sometimes because it. I don't know.
It
Saving was weird.
Did it
Same
I
have
think
a
it
just
just
auto
snaps you
save?
back.
save just
No
saves your last
autosave.
checkpoint state.
Yeah, it
So like
snaps you
whatever
back
last
to
checkpoint you
like if you
hit, it's
save
just the
between
save it does.
checkpoints. Yeah.
So there's times I saved after doing stuff, but before I had a checkpoint, I loaded in all that work was gone. I was like, oh,
Yep.
Yeah,
back
I
in the
did
I
the
menu.
did more
same.
than this.
Speaking of, that
Son of a
remake
bitch.
apparently changes the checkpoints and makes them more frequent. So that would be interesting to visit on maybe a second play. But I love the original's graphic style so much. I don't know if I can play the remake.
Damn, you played the
I'm
harder
curious about.
version?
I'm kind of curious about New and Tasty because it also has like 3 times the mudokons.
Oh
I
Yeah.
think
god.
it also has the Exodus style of being able to manage multiple of them at once.
They're gonna
At the same
die.
time, though, when this game is screen by screen, that kind of feels more fair for it to be unfair to you. But when you're going through 20 screens, it kind of feels like crap.
Yeah, there were like 2 or 3 spots where I was just like, ooh, these checkpoints. Ooh.
I did find it cool though. So I was like, oh, I got to find a route back to a checkpoint to re-trigger this checkpoint again. Now I've done all this work, so I got to make sure I have a safe path to 2 different checkpoints.
I think I did that like once or twice, and I was like, fuck that. That's so much more work and backtracking.
Probably why I burnt myself out. Because
But
you're
that,
really tired of mosaic lines.
I could see this game burning you out. Actually, I haven't gotten to where y'all are, but I can already see what you're talking about.
yeah, it grinds you, it whittles you down, but then you come back to it the next day like freshened up, like your muscles are a bit sore, but you're a bit stronger, and you're like, I got this. I'm gonna
It's a
take it
good
on.
patience trainer, good
It really
mental
is.
energy trainer, stamina.
Because it's not overstimulating. You're so in yourself. You only have yourself to be with when you die, and the game is fucking taking a half a minute to get back to go. There, I don't know. There's real life value in that. I'll find it. I don't know how, but this game makes you a better person.
Yeah,
Quote me on that.
It did troll you like Crash Bandicoot when you die to a person and they're like doing their own thing, like the lumberjack guy or whatever. I know what you mean. It was cute. I enjoyed it.
But yeah, I would say that is Oddworld. Great game. We're gonna watch the movie, and we'll maybe one day in the future we'll play like a different entry in the series. But
Whatever
yeah,
kids grew up playing this grew up to be the Gandhis of the world.
became the Ed and Eddie kids. Also, there's
Damn,
there's,
that's
Yeah.
so woke.
Yeah.
there's like
Oh.
2 sides.
I'd agree to, maybe some point in the next like 5 years we'll see Oddworld AIDS Odyssey HD because they found the source code after they released New and Tasty in 2017. So maybe we'll see something come from this. Maybe we'll see a really cool, really nicely lit HD remake.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lemon, for your roommate suggestion. It's
Yes,
much
Yeah,
thank you.
no
appreciated.
problem.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a banger, and yeah, I'm glad
I
we
sure
all got
will.
to enjoy this and experience it.